The government officially announced its plan to issue state-authored history textbooks Tuesday. Development of the books is expected to pick up speed. The leaders of South Korea and Japan held their first official meeting in Seoul. Prospects are looking brighter for a resolution to the Japanese sex slave issue. And the 2018 Pyeongchang Winter Olympics are being highlighted at the World Travel Market 2015, currently underway in London. Hello and welcome to News Today on KBS World. It's Tuesday, November 3rd. I'm Luke Clary. The government officially announced its disputed plan to issue unified state-authored history textbooks on Tuesday, 2 days earlier than expected. Development of the state textbooks is expected to pick up speed. Let's find out more.
An administrative notification period during which the government gathered public opinions on the state-issued history textbook issue expired as of Monday. The government earlier intended to take time to review opinions before officially announcing the textbook plan, but it made the formal announcement on Tuesday, 2 days earlier than scheduled. A government official said the schedule was moved up to end the confusion as soon as possible.
행정적인 절차가 있기 때문에 그 절차상에 따라 저희가 결정을 해서 고시문서에 담을 예정입니다.
But the pushed-up date for the official announcement just a day after the notification period ended is likely to stir up controversy for reasons of not taking enough time to review the supporting and opposing opinions on the textbook plan. Now that the plan is officially announced, the National Institute of Korean History will form the writing staff by mid-November for them to start writing the books from late this month.
The leaders of South Korea and Japan have agreed to accelerate discussions regarding a resolution to the Japanese wartime sexual slavery issue. Expectations are running high over the possibility that the issue could be settled within the year, as Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe says that he's keeping in mind that this year marks the 50th anniversary of the normalization of diplomatic ties between Seoul and Tokyo.
President Park Geun-hye warmly greeted Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, who visited the Cheongwadae for the first summit meeting in 3.5 years. During the 100-minute meeting, the two leaders agreed to work to establish future-oriented cooperative relations between their countries.
과거사를 극복하고 미래를 향해 함께 출발하는 전환점을 만들어야 한다고 강조를 해왔습니다.
未来志向の日韓関係の新たな時代を築くべく、パク・クネ大統領と共に努力をしていきたいと思います。
In particular, they agreed to accelerate discussions to resolve Japan's wartime sexual slavery issue, the biggest obstacle in South Korea-Japan relations, as soon as possible. The Cheongwadae appears to expect that the issue could be settled within the year, bearing in mind that this year marks the 50th anniversary since the normalization of diplomatic ties between Seoul and Tokyo. With the summit paving the way for the restoration of relations, the two countries will likely accelerate follow-up discussions to produce tangible results regarding the sex slavery issue.
At their annual security consultative meeting, the South Korean and U.S. defense chiefs agreed to no longer tolerate North Korea's nuclear and missile threats. They approved operational concepts and implementation guidelines to enable preemptive strikes during contingencies.
The defense ministers of South Korea and the United States held their annual security consultative meeting in Seoul Monday. The two sides finalized a so-called 4D operational concept to preemptively respond to nuclear and missile attacks from North Korea. In the scenario of the North firing a ballistic missile, the missile would be detected using satellite and unmanned surveillance vehicles, traced via land and sea radars, and intercepted and destroyed by Patriot missiles or other weapons to minimize damage on friendly forces. The plan also includes operations to strike at missile command posts and mobile launch facilities in North Korea. Seoul and Washington are believed to reflect the 4D operational concept in their new operations plan, or OPLAN 5015.
포괄적 미사일 대응 작전 개념 이행 지침을 승인하고 동 지침이 체계적으로 이행될 수 있도록 상호 협력하기로 하였습니다.
Also, regarding technology transfers for Seoul's development of a domestic fighter jet dubbed the KFX, the two sides agreed to set up a body for strategic cooperation on defense technologies in order to produce a breakthrough on the matter.
Last month, North Korea focused on preparing celebrations for the 70th anniversary of the founding of the ruling Workers' Party. Now it's gearing up to hold the 7th Communist Party Congress in May next year. The North Korean regime in particular appears to be trying to tighten its grip on power by urging people to prefer the taste of berries from Mount Baekdu over that of Coca-Cola.
Following the announcement of plans to convene a Communist Party Congress for the first time in 36 years, North Korea's state-run broadcaster has been pushing these propaganda slogans. They urge North Koreans to achieve their goals in each sector in compliance with the party's demands while pledging allegiance for leader Kim Jong-un.
모든 당 조직들은 조선노동당 제7차 대회를 성대히 맞이하기 위한 대로 당 사회 화력을 총 집중하여야 한다.
In an editorial, the North state-run Rodong Sinmun called on North Korean people to favor the taste of berries from Mount Baekdu over that of Coca-Cola and to adhere to the spirit of revolution to the death. During an on-site inspection of a recently modernized catfish farm, Kim Jong-un is seen personally calling for preparations for the party Congress. Experts predict that such a heated atmosphere will continue until directly before the Congress in May next year, as the event will likely be used as an important political occasion, signaling the beginning of the Kim Jong-un era.
The 2018 Pyeongchang Winter Olympics are being promoted at the World Travel Market 2015, currently underway in London. Not only Korea, but Japan and China, who will host future Olympic Games, are also competing in goodwill with their own promotional efforts at the London Travel Fair.
A woman puts on goggles and gets into position to begin a downhill race that starts at a speed of 100 kilometers per hour. A jump is followed by a picturesque view of Pyeongchang, Gangwon Province. This is a virtually simulated experience of the ski jump, a popular Winter Olympics event. Events to promote the 2018 Pyeongchang Winter Olympics have begun in Europe, the powerhouse of winter sports. The venue is the World Travel Market 2015 in London, in which 80,000 participants from some 180 countries are taking part. Korea is focused on raising awareness on Pyeongchang through such interactive programs, as well as attracting tourists to Korea by introducing Hallyu, or the Korean wave culture boom, and traditional Korean food.
I think it's going to be a very exciting event, and it'll be great for people to get to see Korea and hopefully travel across the country when they come to experience the Olympics.
Well, I really like Korean food, so I'd like to go and try more different types of Korean food.
The World Travel Market, continuing through Thursday, is expected to be an important stepping stone for the success of the Pyeongchang Winter Olympic Games.
There's a hidden formula behind the displays of tens of thousands of products at large supermarkets. Analysis on consumer behaviors and psychology is incorporated into this formula. We break down some of the secret marketing tactics for you.
Large supermarkets are filled with a wide variety of foods and daily necessities. Two customers are asked to wear gaze-tracking devices. They tend to lower their gaze by an angle of 15 degrees, lingering most frequently to the right. The sections from which they select their purchases overlap with the red spots which indicate their gaze. Distributors have long been aware of this fact. That's why popular and expensive products are displayed in areas at which customers are most likely to cast their gaze.
전체 대형 마트 중에서 싸다라는 이미지를 또 드릴 수 있고 하기 때문에 왼쪽에서 오른쪽으로 싼 상품을 싼 거에서 가격이 비싼 걸로 이렇게 되어 있습니다.
Sales can vary by as much as 400% depending on where a product is displayed. Therefore, distributors captivate the eyes of customers by placing new seasonal fruits down low at the entrance. In contrast, products customers are likely to have decided to purchase in advance, such as alcohol, are placed deeper inside the store. Shoppers are advised to prepare shopping lists in advance to prevent impulse buying spurred on by such display strategies.
Last month, the World Health Organization classified processed and red meat as carcinogens. However, the Korean Ministry of Food and Drug Safety announced that average Koreans' meat intake is not high enough to ring alarm bells.
The Ministry of Food and Drug Safety says the health hazards of processed meat are not serious enough to cause public concern. The ministry says that the average daily intake of processed meat for Koreans is only 6 grams, significantly falling short of the 50 gram a day threshold set by the International Agency for Research on Cancer, an affiliate of the World Health Organization. The Cancer Research Agency says that the daily intake of 50 grams of processed meat raises the risk of colon cancer by 18%. Regarding the World Health Organization's decision to classify processed meat as a Group 1 carcinogen along with asbestos and cigarettes, the Ministry of Food and Drug Safety said that there is a sufficient body of evidence that it causes cancer, but it doesn't mean that the cancer-causing effect of processed meat is high. The ministry added that Koreans' consumption of red meat, such as beef that's classified as a Group 2 carcinogen, was in no way high enough to be a cause for concern. The ministry has decided to set guidelines on processed meat consumption for Koreans in cooperation with experts after analyzing examples from other countries and Koreans' eating habits.
Domestic thrillers rule the theater scene this autumn. Here's more from the world of culture.
The thriller It's Him, about a man who sets off to find the murderer of his younger sister with the help of a fortune-telling girl, topped the box office during the first weekend since its release. The movie has stayed at the top since its opening on October 28th. Last weekend alone, it drew 450,000 viewers, creating a thriller sensation during the slow theater season. Another thriller, The Phone, drew 350,000 viewers during the same period, ranking second. Music group Big Bang, which is marking the 10th anniversary of its debut this year, has renewed its contract with management agency YG Entertainment. The agency announced that all 5 members of Big Bang have extended their contracts, which were to expire late this year. The Big Bang members, who have been managed by YG Entertainment since their debut, renewed their contracts with the agency for the second time to continue their activities. Their first contract renewal was in 2011. Vocal quartet Brown Eyed Soul is to hold a nationwide concert tour for the first time in 2 years. The group will also release a new album this coming winter.
White radish is harvested around this time of the year. It's nutritious, crunchy, and even sweet. Today, follow us to see the harvest of this autumn vegetable firsthand. We also bring you radish dish recipes children can enjoy. Harvesting white radish is well underway at this farm. Fall radish is said to be the most plump and sturdy when harvested around this time as the frost falls. Radish is one of the toughest crops against the cold. At farming households, fresh radish is consumed as health food during seasonal transitions. Here's an example. First, lay the radish and its leaves at the bottom of a pan. Place catfish and condiments on top and boil it for 30 minutes. Then you have a steamed radish and catfish dish perfect to boost your stamina during the changing of seasons. There are also ways to consume only the good components of fall radish in a simple, frequent way. This is tea made with dried radish slices.
특히 비타민C가 풍부하기 때문에 가을철에 감기를 예방하는 효능도 있고요. 기침이나 목감기를 예방하고 치료하는 데도 도움이 된다고 볼 수 있습니다.
Now we have a super easy to make radish dish that's also nutritious. Fall harvested radish is so tasty in and of itself that just the simplest cooking brings out the flavors. Boil down a mix of largely chopped radish, soy sauce, sugar, pepper, garlic, and spring onion for about 20 minutes. And a quick and easy seasoned radish dish that best complements a bowl of rice is ready. This time, let's try radish tteokbokki, or sliced seasoned rice cakes with radish. First, pickle the radish in starch syrup for half an hour. Then, add rice cake slices, red pepper paste, and other condiments. The finished dish accentuates the crunchiness of the radish, while children love tteokbokki of any kind.
실내없는 떡볶이란 말 먹으니까 정말 맛있어요. 최고로요.
For people suffering a cough or dealing with an itchy throat, radish soaked in honey is highly recommended as it's great for the bronchial tubes. Put a slice of radish and honey at a 1-to-1 ratio in a glass bottle and mature it for a day at room temperature. Honey will cut down the sharp taste of the radish. You can drink the honey liquid or grind some fruit together and make juice. Try it this autumn to boost your health. And now we'll take a look at the markets, followed by the world weather. And that's it for this edition of News Today. Thanks so much for being with us. We'll see you again at the same time tomorrow. Goodbye.